Hi, very evening to every one of you. Welcome to our international Zoom. Yeah. Hi, Ruth, Namibia. Welcome.
Thank you, CEO. How are you?
And we have Atumba Charles from UK. Welcome. Thank you so much for participating. We have Constant from Zimbabwe. Yeah. We have Mark Chua from Malaysia. We have Albert. We have Memory from Zambia. Thank you so much. Yeah, Constant. Let us keep on forwarding to all the existing members and also prospect to join us. Yeah, we have Sandy from South Africa. Welcome. We have Elvis Galaxy S10. It's good that just put which country you're from. Mukisa from East Africa. Welcome. Yeah, and we have Remy from UK. And our Crown Diamond, which is Martin from Uganda. Welcome. And we have Kuwaja from Namibia, Ruth from UK. We have Olufumilola. Yeah, I think it's from Namibia. Am I right?
Which
Yeah,
one?
it's from Namibia.
From Namibia.
Yeah, because is it Namibia? Because your name is very long. Oh, it's from UK. Yeah.
It's from UK.
UK. Yeah, your name is.
Olufumilola
let me
is
just
from
help you
UK.
to do the rename. Yeah, so that I can see you from UK. And we have Anne, Yuche, Vivian. I do not know which country you're from. Yeah, although we are very early, we are in just 2 minutes to 11 Malaysia time. We have Jane from Cameroon. Yeah, so we should have more and more countries. Yeah, and where is our host? Let me just check. Oh, PS Global. Yeah, our PS Global is here. Okay, we have President from Nigeria. Welcome. Yeah, let us keep forwarding, forwarding the message. And right now, you all are in a live Facebook, whoever are the Facebook of friends, my friends, where you can keep on like and share. Yeah. And yeah, and also let me see. We have Shaz is here right now. We have Dolapo. Yeah, which country you're from? Let me see. From UK, right? Yeah, from UK. Oh, I can see there's a lot of more and more UK over here. So congratulations to the UK team. It seems that you're doing very well, yeah, from UK. Yeah, so the more countries that you can see in the Zoom means that you are doing the right direction. You're doing the right way where you are building the right team. Basically, before I pass over to the host, network marketing is not how good you sell the product. Yeah, I always stress this. It's very, very important point to all of you. If you want to be successful, whoever just joined, congratulations, welcome to Phytoscience International. And whoever in the midst of like 1 to 2 years or 3 years with Phytoscience, so and you are still struggling, yeah, you know who you are, yeah. If you feel you are still struggling and you know that we have a good platform, we have good products, and we have one of the best marketing plan in the world, but if you are still struggling of getting good income or achieve what you want, means you are in a wrong method or wrong strategy. Yeah? So my advice is for those who is keep on focusing on selling products, definitely we are product based, yeah. But if you are keep on pushing on the products, keep on by selling retailing as a retailing, where you will not go far. Initially, the first 3 months you may get a little bit good income because you get a retail profit, but at the end you will get very tired, yeah. Because once you move in the wrong strategy, you will get in a very tiredness after 3 months or 6 months later. Once you stop selling the product or you start to promote, where you feel that your income has dropped tremendous, yeah, means it's in the wrong direction. Yeah, let me just share with you in 14 years in network marketing experience, where previously I was a company trainer, I was a company speaker as well for local Malaysia and even an international US based company. So I think this is a very important moving in the right direction. Yeah. So let me just share with you the tips how you're going to make into a diamond, how you're going to make to the top, which is a crown president, which is a $1 million in your bank account. I think this is what all you want. Yeah. So money is not everything, but everything needs money. Yeah. I think this is very important. So between the next 3 to 6 months, if you turn around, there is no one in your team, or very simple, if there is no of your downline in your Zoom, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, to all the partners, to all the leaders, please always look into the Zoom. If you don't have any downlines in the Zoom, means you're in the wrong direction. Yeah, so sorry to say that, yeah, because means that you don't have the team that following you together. So however, international Zoom, which is very important, where you need to encourage more on your existing and new members to join us. Because the more they listen, that's where they will learn more, and they will build up their confidence level. Because always remember, knowledge is power, where you are building up your confidence, yeah? So how are you going to get your confidence if you don't have knowledge? No knowledge, no confidence. When you have more knowledge, where you have full of confidence, yeah? So I think this is very important, and especially where we are in an international from a different more than 20 to 30 countries in the Zoom. So I urge every one of you, keep on forwarding. If everyone need to commit and keep on forwarding, encourage your new downlines, existing members to join us, yeah, even the prospect. This is very important, yeah, very, very important if you want to be successful. So if you are moving in the next 3 to 6 months, where your income drops, yeah, whoever are with the company for the last 1 to 2 years and your income drops, means you're in the wrong direction. So you need to understand what you have gone wrong. Yeah. So some of you may have keep on focusing, keep on selling the products as a retailer. So my advice is network marketing is make it simple. First, network marketing is for you to join it as a business platform. Am I right? It's a business platform with a very low capital. Second, definitely the product works very well. That's where we expanded over 41 countries for the last 9 years. Congratulations to all of you. So definitely on the health products wise, a lot of people has been benefited. That's where some of them are as an end user, as a business end user, then they convert into builder. Means as an end user first, then they convert into builder. Yeah, some of you are straight away builder, then you're looking for a business as a business entrepreneur, means you want to build this as a business. Yeah. So my advice to all of you, we have to work hand in hand together. It's a business platform together with a product, we works together. So to be successful is keep on building up your team, not focus on retailing, means keep on selling the product. Yeah. So it comes with the package. As you all know, the package, like there is a silver, there's a gold, there's a platinum, there is a booster. So you are promoting the membership, yeah, the membership program, where the person who join will enjoy the benefit, and when they reorder, they also will enjoy the benefits. Yeah. So if once you move in the right direction, I assure all of you, yeah, you will earn, it's like a day of $1,000 when the active income turn into passive income. So 1 month you can make until like $30,000, $50,000 a month income, or $100,000 a month income, where you don't feel the stressful, and you can make your income unlimited. So if you keep on selling product or retailing product, you have a limitation, you have a ceiling, you have a limitation. Just example, you can just make like $1,000, $2,000. If you are still super salesman, super sales girl, I give you the maximum you can make $3,000. You can't even make 5,000 US dollar. Yeah, it is very stressful. Yeah, so it's everything by yourself. It's like to make $3,000 is like 1 day $100. 30 days is $3,000. You are putting 100% of your effort and your time to make $3,000. Or this is where would you like to have a second option, option B, where you can make $1,000 a day, where you can enjoy for 30 days $30,000, where you need to build a team, where you're putting off 1%, and you have a 99 of people. Just example, if every one of them are putting 1%, means total you have 100 leaders in your team. everyone are putting 1%, and you can start to enjoy $1,000 a day, which is $30,000 in a month. You see, so this is how by network marketing. Network marketing is how good you build your team, recruit and build and develop your team. That's how you can go very far, and you can make an income of unlimited income. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that I've shared very short tips to all of you. Yeah. So about network marketing, what is all about network marketing? Network marketing is all about building up the business, power of leveraging. Just write down power of leveraging. You leverage your network. You are working with your downline. You are always remember, you're not working for your upline, you're working with your upline. Yeah, see? So it's like we are working together. So we are all business partner, ladies and gentlemen. You are in an entrepreneurship program, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, always remember, in a network marketing, you are a profession, yeah? It's a professional business, yeah, where you are involved in. So you need to put it yourself as a business entrepreneur, yeah? So you are building up the business, yeah? So I want to make sure that your mindset all are correct. So if you are whoever understood all my points, yeah, in the next 6 months to 1 year, you are going to make a very good income, very, very good income. And you know what? You indirectly, your life will be much, much easier. Yeah. So it's like power of leveraging your network means indirectly your income will go unlimited. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we are almost touching 100 participants. So as I introduce myself, my name is Willito, CEO of Phytosign Malaysia. As I said again, welcome to International Zoom today, every Sunday, every Saturday and Sunday. Today we have an incredible trainer for tonight, which is a Crown Diamond. To acknowledge him, he's all the way from Uganda, which is Mr. Martin. And also we have also a Crown Diamond VVIP, Mr. Jidai, which is all the way from Nigeria. So whoever are participating right now, they make over, yeah, this is a single account, they make over 300,000 US dollar. I believe they surpassed over $500,000, which is a 500,000 US dollar. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the people already make in phytoscience. Yeah. So this is the best time for you to invite all your existing members, whoever are new members, whether regardless they are silver, they are gold or platinum, they must join because they are just started with us. So these are the time that the tips of for them to share to all of you. Yeah. So keep on forwarding while our host or while during the Zoom, keep on forwarding, non-stop, keep on forwarding. Yeah. Put in the broadcast list, keep on forwarding. So you will not regret to join us right now. Click the ring right now below. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hand together. Welcome for our Malaysian host today, which is Mr. Shah Fang. Can we have a full reaction? Full reaction, please. Full reaction. Can I see more reaction, please? More reaction. I can't see some reaction or see some love. No. Yes, more reaction. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let us welcome together and presented by Shahswan from Malaysia. Thank you. So Shahs is yours.
All right. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me add in all the people involved today. Leader Martin, you are now as a co-host. Leader Jidai, he's not in yet. All right. Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm back. I'm the Malaysian Phytoscience host for today's Leadership and Testimony Day. So before we begin, I just want to share with you some of our weekly updates as also as our usual introduction. So first, allow me to share my screen. All right. Today is the 18th of April, and we're very privileged to have two very powerful leaders sharing with us. First of all, our training by Leader Martin and also our sharing by Leader Jidai. And today's topic is very interesting. The best way to predict your future is to create it. And what is our future? Our future is to walking, talking, shopping, and money come in, right? So that is what our future should be hold. And definitely our future will be going to Switzerland together as one team. So First of all, before we begin, make sure for those who have invited any prospects or new people who are joining our Zoom for the very first time, they're unfamiliar with our Zoom session, make sure you do assist them on how to activate audio in Zoom.
Shaz, we are not able to see your slide.
Cannot see my slide.
Yeah, I put it back close to you. Yeah.
Don't see anything?
You need to put it as a full slide. Yeah, slideshow. Now can see, but it's not in a full slide.
Because I'm using dual screen now.
You can click under the slideshow.
Can see full?
Yeah, perfect.
Can
yeah.
Oh, okay, I have to use back single screen. Sorry, today trying to do something high-tech, kind of backfire. All right, okay, so first and foremost, if you have any prospect joining us for the very first time, make sure you do assist them on how to activate their audio in Zoom. If they're using their phone, they will see a little speaker on the left side. Ask them to click it at call by device audio. Once they see the little mic, they've successfully connected into our Zoom session. For those who are intending to share your testimony, later I will unmute you and then you can speak as well. And this is very important, especially those who are here for the very first time. Make sure you go to participant, click rename, put your name plus your country, okay? Name plus country, I still see quite a few people who have not done it yet. Name plus country, or you are not a member yet, put your name and in bracket the person who invited you into this Zoom training session, okay? Next is later during the leader sharing or even during the testimonials, make sure you do give them reactions, okay? Because most of the time when we're sharing through Zoom, the only reaction that we can get is your digital reactions. So make sure you continuously give reactions, and this is the way that you can communicate with the sharer. If you're not subscribed to our e-business card yet, make sure you do so, because it's very, very important for your identity in phytoscience. It's only 30 PSP to get this digital identity card, because why? Once you share this link to other people, the business info will be there, the company info will be there, and all your information will be there, and the latest products, latest promotions will be there, and people can see exactly which company you represent. And especially in these pandemic times, we will try to reduce physical contact and increase digital contact. So give your digital card to the new prospects. Especially, I think a lot of people are doing through Zoom now or through Facebook. Make sure you do share your e-business card. And this is the very, very interesting part. From the 1st of April, we have a 90 days challenge where you need to have 5,000 direct sponsor PSP and also 20,000 total PSP, and you will qualify yourself for a Europe trip. Okay, we'll be going to Amsterdam, Germany, and also Switzerland, which is the most important because we will be meeting our dear Dr. Fred Zulli, the renowned scientist who created phytocell tech, the science behind our crystal cell, double stem cell, and also triple stem cell products, and also snowfield. And for our Muslim brothers and sisters, you can also opt for our Umrah trip, which is similar qualifications, where 90 days challenge you qualify, and you can also choose for the Umrah trip. Of course, for those who does not hit full, you hit half of the criteria, you can still go for half board where you top up with PSP to go for the trip as well. All right, so brothers and sisters, make sure you fight for the trip because it's 90 days from 1st of April. And also for those who are joining in today or last week, it's 90 days from the date of joining, yeah? 90 days from the date of joining. So make sure you leverage on this trip and try to bring as many people to the trip together. Why? This is very important. If you go together to Switzerland in a big team, you come back, your team will explode because they will have experienced the best time of their life. So make sure you bring as many people as you can to the trip as one family. During our testimonial session, okay, if you have any questions, please refer to your referral or the person who brought you into the business or your immediate active upline, okay? So for further assistance, you can also speak to BDD, you can email to bdd@icrystalcell.com to look for Miss Anita. She will be able to assist you. All right. So of course, you can also look for assistance according to country. Just go to ifighto.com. You can go to contact us. You can see the whole list of country leaders. You can see all their numbers and emails there. They can assist you according to country. All right. So especially when it comes to stock, according to country, please do email your country leaders for assistance. Okay. So without further ado, I want to pass the time to the very, very powerful leader, a person that I really admire, Leader Martin, all the way from Uganda.
Okay, Mr. Sash, thank you so much. It's a great honor and privilege to be speaking to our family today after quite some time. Yeah, so thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much, CEO, for the initial briefing that you gave us. And yeah, we share the love. Yeah, so allow me welcome all the leaders from their respective countries who are on the Zoom tonight. We thank you so much. We appreciate you. And especially my coach, Jide, whom I'm going to be sharing with tonight. He's going to be taking on another section after my very own. And yeah, he also happens to be my sponsor at Phyto Science. Yeah, so otherwise, greetings to every trend maker, every trend champion that is out there that has appeared on the Zoom tonight. We welcome you from wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You know, I do understand that we're in different time zones. And of course, there are some of us who are just waking up, like in the USA. We have some of us who are about to get to their beds. And yeah, that's life. That's how it is. It's global business. Yeah, so yeah, I'll start right away from the theme. Mr. Sash, I think let me share my screen. I hope I'm able to share. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it is a very wonderful theme, sincerely, for the day. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Yeah. And myself, Martin Isiwe, in Uganda, looked at something called phytoscience 5 years ago. And when I looked at it, I could see my future, you know, being redefined in one way or the other. So I decided to create it in a different tune, in a different mode, and I chose to take it on. So today I'm excited. I'm happy that, yeah, it's coming out the way it is. This is a very wonderful theme. Yeah, so allow me congratulate Phytoscience. The news has just come in that we have actually been voted amongst the top 100, you know, solid companies in the entire network marketing or direct selling industry. So this is very, very amazing, wonderful news for us tonight. And I believe all of us can celebrate together. I'm sure the sign of love is already, you know, being shared in so many other chat rooms and social media. So let's keep on keeping on. And at the end of the day, it's all for us to enjoy. Yeah, so basically my journey started about 11 years now of network marketing or direct selling. And yeah, I remember the days when I was about 5 years into the industry, 3 years into the industry of direct selling. And I made a post on Facebook, and I was sharing with the people that whatever the mind of man can conceive, it can actually achieve. If you can imagine something and in your mind and you know, perceive it in there. Conceiving is more or less like, you know, the ladies who go pregnant at some point. You know, it becomes part of you, and you can't let it go until something results out of it. So you can achieve. If you can imagine something in the mind, then you can achieve. So it's all about decision, and once that decision is taken, automatically it is followed by action, and the rest, you know, begins to unveil itself. So this was in the year 2013, and the year 2013, I was already talking about success indirectly, you know, in business. So Later on in 2015, I find myself, 2016, March 2016, I find myself being part of Phytoscience. You can see how we started. And, you know, we are looking at a future which was not yet, you know, before us, you know, it had not come then, but we see ourselves rolling through what we call the present, but in the actual sense, it also doubles as the future. So we only believe that the future is always going to get better and better for as long as you are on the right direction and the rightful path. So that's how we started in Uganda. And down the road, a few years down the road, I get to find myself meeting with our late founder, Tansri Datsri Laitek Peng, you know, receiving some certificates, recognitions. This particular recognition as becoming Black Diamond, you know, that was in Malaysia at our HQ. I had received others prior to that. So at the end of the day, I made it through the diamond, the double diamond, black diamond, and eventually the crown diamond. So I'm so thankful to Phytoscience for leading me, leading the way, leading my way, and you know, being there for us to ensure that Martin also gets to crown diamond. And this was achieved within my 4 years of Phytoscience. So I celebrate it, and I believe if we have made it to crown diamond, we have people who have made it to star already. We have people who have made it to double star, triple star. There are those who are diamonds. Ultimately, by the end of this year, you will be definitely at another recognition level. So it is all about progress, and it is all about working for the future, you know, getting it better. So we are driving for our success. You know, it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle that you are driving in. It may be not seen. It may not be that physical. It may be a virtual vehicle, but wherever it is headed towards your destination. It is headed towards your success. It is headed towards the level of achievement that you want to reach. So it's no doubt that we have to only focus on the direction with the light out there. Let the light flourish, you know, on us, and make sure that we arrive at our destination and we realize our achievements the way we ought to be. Yeah, so it's very good to focus on the future. As you can see, it may be not easy for the usual mind or the usual human kind, you know, to imagine that they can be that huge, you know, in the near future, that they can make it in the near future, that they can realize their dreams. Sometimes there's always that negative voice. There's always that negative voice that is, you know, trying to draw you back, that is trying to discourage you. But at the end of the day, you find that
Leader Martin, you muted yourself.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to ask those kids to play from elsewhere. They're just near my room. Yeah, so sorry about that. Yeah, so we are looking into the future. So when you look at everybody looking at the future, trying to imagine how their future is going to be, trying to imagine how their next 10 years are going to be, how they, you know, one is imagining what is going to be my next 5 years at Phytoscience, what is going to be my next 10 years at Phytoscience. You know, if you are doing it right, you are doing the right thing, automatically it will be better than what it is today. That is what matters. Yeah. So you may have to utilize gadgets, you may have to utilize methods, you might have to utilize platforms like the Zoom, you know, to make sure that your business gets to another level, to make sure that utilize what an ordinary person may not be able to reach, so that you can actually realize that extraordinary achievement that you are working for. So the future is coming. The future is now. It is tomorrow. We are going to roll through the year 2021. We are going to roll through the year 2022. We are going to roll through the year 2025. We are going to roll through the year 2030, and eventually we'll see a century also coming our way, you know. But we have a life to live, we have a life to enjoy, and therefore we have to keep on working towards that. And of course, with Phytoscience, definitely life is going to be better. Life is already better, like you have seen with me. So we look at generating incomes, making a lot of huge incomes at Phytoscience. Like CEO was mentioning, it's good for this to come. So like CEO was mentioning, it's very important to realize that you've got to be making income the right way. You've got to be designing systems and mechanisms through which you can earn residual incomes, in an easy manner, in an easy style, in a simplified mode, and that is what FightSense has for us. That is what we have exactly in the network marketing industry. Yeah. So if you happen to fall or belong to the right company, that is very key. The right company, automatically you realize these powerful and huge residual daily incomes, weekly incomes, monthly incomes that will actually simplify your life for better. So you have to look at what mode what mode will suit your needs. Like CEO was putting it for those who came in early, I think the first 10 early birds, tapped into that wonderful wisdom. Yeah, CEO was sharing and mentioning to us that it's not just about making sales. It's not just about selling the product. It's not just about selling that crystal cell, that double stem cell, that Actuplus. No, it's about creating ambassadors. It's about employing the system of leverage to make sure that what you're able to do, another party is also able to do the same. Duplication is key, because you do require a lot of energy and effort to realize a certain result by your own self if you are just one person than if you are a team or a group of people, so it is very, very important for us to realize and understand that. So money can be generated through different ways. You can have money generated through sales of the product or the services that you offer or that you sell, just like it is here when the distributors first start out. This part typically makes up the majority of their revenue. As somebody begins or engages in any business, as they begin to roll to make sales, the direct incomes that come in for as profit, retail profit or instant profit or direct sales, are the ones that actually help people to get moving, to get on ground. But along the way, you must quickly shift to ensuring that you dwell more on what we call residual incomes. Yeah, that's why we see entities or institutions like banks. You'll find a bank which has only one branch in the whole country. Sometimes you find the banks, if let's say in the cities like in Malaysia, you'll find Maybank on almost every different road. Maybank and many other banks that are in Malaysia. If you look at places like Nigeria, I do believe that there are so many branches of different of the same banks, of the same bank on different streets, different localities within the same area. If you look at Uganda, the same thing happens. In Africa, we have banks like the Eco Bank. We have banks like I think ABSA also, but you find that they're establishing in every country. They are with even multiple branches. So what does that imply? All the profits end up with one CEO. All the profits end up with one board of directors. But at the end of the day, it is a collection of something small from several parties and leading to one area. So those are the residual incomes that we are talking about. So we need to create a funnel, a baseline of incomes, in that you are assured, whether you have put in your direct effort today or not, you are still assured of a win on daily basis. You are still assured of an income coming in on daily basis. So that is what we look at FightSense. That is what we believe is going to take everybody to another level. So it's very important to consider mentoring your business partners. Those business partners could be your downlines, they could be your uplines, whichever name or nickname you give them, they remain your business partners, and working with them to ensure that all of you realize these huge incomes is very, very key, very crucial, and very important. So I would like to speak just a little bit as we get started about approaching our prospects. How do we get to our people? How do you identify that this person could be of a business venture, in whatever I'm doing? How could this person join my business line? So you need to first, we need to always try to identify and create sections within the market that we operate in. We need to identify the parties that we are trying to approach. We need to understand them. We need to study them and get to know, is this a warm market or a cold market for me? You know, the warm market, you know, are those people that you are, those that are a bit close, with those who lie within your circles, those that you are used to, those that know you, those that, you know, you are free with. Though that is the warm market, you know. So we also have the other side, which is actually the cold market. Now, with the cold market, you're approaching strangers. You are getting to somebody that you have never perhaps interfaced with in business. You have a great fear within you, you know, unlike the warm market, you see. So with the warm market, you find that still the fear is there, but you feel these people know you already. You feel these people know you as a teacher. They know that you are not a health practitioner, you know. So you find that when you are speaking stem cell to them, you already have that fear built within yourself that, oh wow, this person knows me as a teacher. This person knows me as an accountant. How am I going to start talking to them about their stem cells? How am I going to talk about the actual plus with this person who already knows that I'm a pilot, you know? So sometimes it can be very challenging, but at the end of the day, when you shed off the fear, you know, you break through, you know. So you feel that this person is a relative, this person is a sister, this person is a brother, this person is an uncle, this person is, you know, is your workmate. They know you in and out. How are they going to perceive the stem cell story that you're bringing to them? How are they going to consider it? How are they going to internalize it? So all those are questions that try to linger through our minds, but all in the name of fear. But with the cold market, actually for me, I find the cold market much better because they are strangers. Nobody knows your history perhaps, or your background, or your workplace, what you do. Basically, it is you to introduce yourself and lead the message of the stem cells to them. So you might be that judge, you might be that lawyer, but this time around, because you're looking at fight science, you may not even have to bring that out, you know, in form of you as a professional background. You might have to bring out something different and bring it to them that, you know, look, this thing is helping people. This crystal cell is doing wonders. I'm associated with a company from Malaysia, which actually delivers to us a formula that comes from Bell Biochemistry in Switzerland. So you begin from where you feel the person will get more focus, or where you want them to focus more. And at the end of the day, you make it. So it's very good to kind of segregate, not segregate, but segment. It's good to segment you know, the market and understand that this is a warm market and this is perhaps a cold market. So when you understand the kind of market you are dealing with, then you approach it better. So taking the first step is very important. Learning to shift from thinking about yourself, what you want, to what they want, what they need, what they require. Yeah. For instance, when we are interfacing with patients, people who are sick in hospitals, those are people who want medicine, you know, or if you interface with somebody who is at their home, but they are battling diabetes, they are battling ulcers, they are battling fibroid, but they are at their home, their priority would be getting to hospital, would be a remedy from the hospital. And that would be what they want. We can qualify that as a want. But when it comes to phytoscience, you are this distributor of phytoscience and you are approaching such a person. When you're approaching this person, what you are presenting to them becomes a need. You know, it is a need. It is a want, not a need. A need is something that they need, you know, that they are expected to have, you know, so that their health can get better. Actually, what I call the want, which is supposed to be a need for the like medication, the medicine is supposed to be a need, something they need there and then. Just like we have the needs of life, like clothing, like food, you know, and shelter, something like that. But when it comes to fight science, we are trying to make people want the double stem cell. We are trying to make people want the crystal cell. We are trying to make people want the actual plus. We are trying to make people want the double IQ plus. So at the end of the day, if it becomes a want to them, then you may have to consider them first, and you put your own self aside. You put your bonuses aside. At the end of the day, you know, if you win through their mind, automatically it will translate into cash to you. But you must not front that. You must not front that. You must front what you think is their need, what their expectations are. And at the end of the day, that's how you are going to make it. So the moment you start addressing it that way, automatically the fear will be gone, the fear will be no more, and it will present a win situation for your own self. So there is what we call a direct approach and an indirect approach. Sometimes this happens depending on how you have segmented those markets, you see. So with a direct approach, you are approaching this person as if it is business, it is business. If you are going to talk to this person about finance business, you are going to talk strictly about finance business. If you have set an appointment and you're going to talk about finance product, it is going to be straightforward finance product. What has brought me here is to talk about finance and the product that that we have at finance. That is the direct approach. But the direct approach these days, with most people, no longer applies perfectly. So one might want to utilize what we call the indirect approach, and I think with the indirect approach, it brings out results best and very well. So you may have to first try to build a relationship with this person that you're going to interact with. May you want to first know more about what this person is, this person's occupation is. Is this person a businessman? And that means if they're a business person, then you may have to end up talking about finance business. You may have to front it. But if this person is a religious leader, perhaps their major interest or primary interest is not about business, but is about the wellness of people, the people that he leads, or if it is a politician. So you may want to approach with the indirect method, so that you don't end up losing on this sale, or you don't end up losing out on this person or this group. So with the indirect approach, you have to ask yourself questions, and you may have to go to this person maybe twice or 3 times before you even mention about finance or the product and what it does. And if it is one chance that you have, you may have to take some few minutes to try and understand who this person is and what they do before you can actually come to fight science. And even if you are going to bring in the fight science, you may have to come in a different way. So these are some of the scenarios that one can utilize, that people have in most cases utilized, in trying to get to understand about this stranger or this person that you are trying to get to. So I recently joined a business venture and would be very interested in having your advice about what you think of it. And so basically you are speaking to a business-minded person as a mentor, as an expert, as somebody who is very experienced. So you want them to give you an idea, but you well know that at the end of the day, they might find that your idea is actually very interesting and they might opt for it. So these are some of the scenarios we have. So we have a lot of untold stories when it comes to network marketing, and we are going to go through them just briefly because as members of phytoscience, as people who are already in phytoscience, already promoting the different products and the packages that we have at phytoscience, it becomes a bit tricky when you are not prepared for what you're about to face. With business, it requires you to take a decision, take action, but as you plan. When we talk about action, you're planning through how you're going to address some of the matters. You're going to plan how you're going to reach out to the people. You're going to plan how you're going to win through phytoscience. You're going to plan on how you're going to realize your targets and all that. So in the course of planning, we must also realize that there are some facts that you will meet that may not be shared at the very start. Something that you must expect as a member, as somebody who is driving for their success. You expect some challenges to set in. You expect some problems, and those problems are actually the challenges, because when you overcome it, when you design a solution towards that challenge, automatically it leaves you at a greater height or at a greater level of performance, or at a different milestone when you are trying to get through your success journey or through that direction that you are taking. So the more you are willing to learn about network marketing, the more the more likely you are to meet or surpass your goals. So it begins with a passion. the love that you have for the industry. You need to develop this love, this venture that I'm getting involved with. This phytoscience. Phytoscience is doing wonders for people. Look at these testimonies that are available. Look at these performances, the levels of performance that people, are enjoying at phytoscience. People are becoming stars. People are becoming diamonds. So the more you think through that, the more you associate yourself closer with what phytoscience is about, the more you develop that passion about phytoscience. So there are so many people out there. There are so many platforms out there that are busy, talking ill, talking bad, bad-mouthing about the company that perhaps you're engaged with, or the company that you love, even your close people, the ones you go to as the first prospects. Some of them might have had funny experiences in the past, with the industry or with certain companies in the industry, and perhaps they landed for the wrong scams, and perhaps they landed for the wrong companies, or perhaps they were disappointed, maybe they didn't perform, so they would want to deter you from your success, so you need to be ready for this. And there are those who would come with a lot of fake news, like of recent we had a message that was saturating in Africa here, especially the southern region of Africa, a fake message, which I actually landed on before I joined phytoscience. During my research to get into phytoscience, when I was doing studies on double stem cell, phytoscience, and I was seeing a lot of excitement. I was watching videos of very wonderful events that were going on in different countries, Asian countries, Malaysia, Philippines, Malaysia, then Mongolia, India. I was seeing a lot of very interesting things about phytoscience. Then I came across this fake letter, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is this letter about? Okay, I can't imagine this was addressed to phytoscience, and I started imagining the negative. So whatever was positive in my mind now was being converted to even more negative. But at the end of the day, I had one answer for my own self. And the answer was, when you go to the internet, when you access the social media, be it any venture that you're going to engage with, you'll find positives and negatives. You always find people who are negative about something. You'll find people who are positive about something. You'll find those who say it is impossible. You'll still find those who say it is possible. You find those who say I can't. You'll find those who say I can. You'll find those who say no. You'll find those who say yes. Basically, that consoled me, and I said, well, what I'm looking for is what is positive about phytoscience. I'm not looking for anything like negative. People can have ideas, they can spread it. I don't know why somebody would get to the internet or would take their time to write something bad or negative about a certain entity if there was no fight, maybe if there was no conflict whatsoever, if the person was an independent party. So I said, well, this I seal. What my conscience tells me is that I should be part of phytoscience, because I can imagine, I have seen people realize their dreams. That was in the year 2015 as we crossed into 2016. And therefore, if they can, then I must. And if I have not seen anybody, bring out very bad experience, testimony, negative feedback about the product, then why should I consider what is negative? So I just move on. Now, just a few days ago, one of our leaders sent me this message, and this is just a WhatsApp extract, and the member was just posting and saying, look, somebody has sent me this, and they are calling it triple stem cell. Triple stem cell, we know this is with phytoscience, it is a more or less a patented formula. But if somebody wakes up after looking at something very nice that is doing wonders for people, and they also brand something different, and they give it a name that looks or similar or the same to what is already in place, then one would begin to wonder. So it becomes worse if somebody tries to associate something that is from a different cup with the one that is actually supposed to be the right promoter. So this we must always expect, and if you are going to succeed in network marketing, we must learn to proceed what is positive in our minds. What we believe is going to take you forward, just choose that and focus on that. Whoever is trying to deter you from the right, please, you just have to find an escape route. So aim to lead others. This is indirectly talking about leaders. when you join network marketing, when you join phytoscience, as a member today in phytoscience, as a trend maker, wherever you are, if you have managed to talk to somebody about phytoscience, then that means you are becoming a leader. You are a leader in the making, because that person is going to respond to your call. That person is going to respond to your idea positively because of the message that you release to them. And when they do that, then you have a following. You have people who have chosen to follow the idea that you shared and act on it. So that ultimately makes you a leader. So once you have two people that have joined your team, two people that have established in your genealogy, automatically you are having leaders, so you become a leader as well, and you must build them to become leaders. So it's not just about being in business. It's not just about being, utilizing this tactic or the other and aiming at your success. But for you to actually achieve this success, you must be a leader. And a leader is always somebody that becomes innovative, designs solutions, takes part, in activity. Takes part in activity, and at the end of the day, you realize that you are helping many other people grow. And as you help them grow, automatically you are that leader. You must know your purpose. Yeah, you must know your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, you'll easily be deterred from your success journey. You'll easily be deterred from progress. So we always interact with such kind of interruptions. And today I decided to share, a real life. This was just yesterday, after one of my key mentors in the industry came back to me after some good years, about 3 years. I didn't share the audio, but the message that was there was a message that was that was aimed at deterring me from what I'm doing, and I had to respond that way. Basically, this person was telling me how they have been in network marketing for some good years, just like I knew it, and they had actually abandoned the industry, gone into real estate and other, ventures, and basically they were out of the industry. But because somebody contacted them, they came to me telling me how, there's a new company is born and they are promoting stem cells. They know Martin as somebody who has been promoting stem cells for some time. You are the leader that can actually lead us to excel, in East Africa, in Africa, and this is a whole new opportunity. I can link you to the CEO straight, those kind of catchphrases. So at the end of the day, I'm sure you have read through the response that I gave to this person, So knowing your purpose, knowing your direction, knowing that you are supposed to achieve at some point, knowing that and understanding that success is not realized within a day, within a blink of an eye. It is achieved through progress, and which progress means time or translates into time is very, very important. And you cannot escape realizing that success. So let's put emphasis in communication. If you're a leader, if you're that person who is going to make it in phytoscience, you are that trend maker who is yearning for that success, you must always look at improving in communication with your team. With your team, with your mentor, with your upline, if anything looks not clear to you, or if you feel there is a gap somewhere, there has to be communication. Communication must flow. Information must flow, and that is the communication we are talking about. So encourage your downlines to communicate and participate with you. If they find a challenge, they meet a challenge somewhere, let them communicate. Create a platform, a platform that will comfortably enable them to communicate with you. Don't create a bossy kind of environment. In network marketing, we don't have a boss. It's your business. You are an independent business distributor with phytoscience. So at the end of the day, if you have encouraged people and the team has come through and you have a team, communicate with them. Show them that you are available for them. Be guide them, towards what is supposed to be done. And at the end of the day, you'll see communication begin to improve. So build new client relationships. There are some of us who get into phytoscience, you get into business, and because when we are talking about refer the first person on your left and refer the second person on your right, you feel like it is only about referring two people to phytoscience. It's not just about two people to phytoscience. Not just about referring two people to phytoscience, because you do not know only two people sincerely. If you are that angel and you are supposed to deliver a message of miracles, a message of relief for people who are suffering or who are battling the COVID-19 virus. You know, people who are out there, multitudes, there are masses. So if you are that angel that has the power to go and relieve people of such a tsunami, then automatically you wouldn't look at two people. You wouldn't say, at least I have managed to get two people. So that's what we have at Fight to Science. So build new clientele relationships every now and then. Devote a majority of your network marketing resources towards building new clientele relationships, because it's about talking to people, sharing with the people. You'll talk to somebody today, along the way, perhaps they may take another direction. You'll not keep on dwelling and clinging on them because you talk to them about Fight Science. Keep talking, keep talking. The goal of network marketing can be summed up in 2 words: new prospects every now and then. Everywhere you go, whether it is church, whether it is a political rally, whether it is school, whether it is a market, whether it is in a mall, wherever you find a person, please feel like sharing with them about Fight Science. And when you feel like sharing with them, don't be deterred. Don't let an outer voice deter you from sharing with this person. There should be no fear whatsoever. It would be the best stealer of your dreams, because you don't know what the person you're going to speak to is going to share with you, is going to share about, or what you're going to share about, or how they are going to respond, or how they are going to receive the information that you have shared with them. So at the end of the day, it is good to always prospect. Yeah. So enlist, and at the end of the day, build the potentials. Realize the potential that is within your business partners. Each one of us has their different levels of potential, and people have different talents. A talent is something that one is born with, something unique about somebody, a potential that is unique about a particular individual. There are some of us who can speak from morning to evening. They can speak the whole day. There are those of us who can sing very well. There are those who are very good at talking to people in terms of morals, like the pastors, like the religious leaders, like the sheikhs, and all that. There are people who can never speak to people. The other day, we had Mr. Hirojit with us, and he was telling us how he never used to talk to people before Fight Science. But with the experience of network marketing at Fight Science, he actually realized that special talent within him, that he can actually speak to people, influence people, So basically, when you realize that you have a certain business partner, whether it is a downline or an upline, you have an event that is upcoming, you realize that somebody called, say, Molly, can actually make a very good MC for your event. Please let them take on that and utilize that talent. You realize that you cannot do all the presentations alone. Like at Fight Science, we are glad that our CEO is, is superb. He's an expert. He's a mentor in all this that we are talking about. But at the end of the day, there is a chance that was given to somebody like Mr. Sash, to speak to the people, so that a talent that is perhaps not known can actually come out, and eventually you realize that there's this something special in me that I can do. It's also very good to interact with your teammates and get to know their professional backgrounds, because you might be in need of a certain service that you can actually receive from one of your teammates. We have teammates at Fight Science who are accountants. We have people who are teachers. We have people who are religious leaders. We have people who are doctors. Some of these Sunday occasions, Sunday trainings, we do host doctors. And when the doctors come to talk to us, they actually share about our product. They share the testimonies, and at the end of the day, they give us much more knowledge regarding our health and how we can keep healthy. Yeah, so which is very, very key and important in our business. And yeah, so we can take that. These are some of our leaders that we shared with. These are some of the people, that we realize in the team, the likes of Dr. Diva, Mr. Hamim, Train Ambassador Edwin, Princess. These are people who have come to Fight Science with different talents, different potentials, experiences, and at the end of the day, they help each one of us get to another level. Yes, so it's good to copy and use successful strategies. If you know how of somebody who has utilized the strategy, that people have been able to progress in business because of the Zoom platform, then why not take up the Zoom platform and utilize it as well? Why don't you invite your people to some to smaller Zoom meetings before you can actually host them on the international Zoom. If you are able to interact with them, utilize the Zoom platform. If you can utilize your social media platforms, please go ahead and utilize them. If you're in social groups like WhatsApp forums, like we have the official Fight Science group, we have so many other Fight Science groups of our own teams and perhaps of particular countries. Let's learn to utilize them. Let's learn to utilize these strategies that are already proven. So if you know that when you attend the Zoom meeting, you cannot come out, without achieving. We have seen people have actually even won some presence on the Zoom. So these are strategies that we can copy and paste to our teams. So see what they do and adopt the same attitudes that brought them success. Look at our CEO. Look at people like Coach Jide in Nigeria. Look at our leaders in different countries. How are they doing it? What have they done that has led them to that level of success? If they have done it, then try to utilize and build on what they have done to realize that success. So there should be no excuse whatsoever at any point. When it comes to Fight Science and your dreams, it's either your dreams or it is the excuses. If you begin to present excuses as to why you cannot attend the training, as to why you cannot give testimony, that the double stem cell has helped you, the crystal cell has done wonders in your life, but you have that fear in that you cannot share. You feel that you're not the kind who can come out and speak in the masses, speak to people. No, don't excuse yourself. That is actually enabling you draw further away from your dreams, realizing your dreams. So put the excuses aside, and at the end of the day, you realize that the direction you are taking is actually getting you to another level. So be an expert of your own product. There are people who come to Fight Science Zoom meetings. There are people who go out to prospect. There are people who go out to talk to masses, but in actual sense, you find that they don't even know what they are talking about. You are a member at Fight Science, and by being a member at Fight Science, you think that everything will unveil itself. It doesn't happen like that. You think that all this knowledge and information, will at some point find itself in your mind, in your brain. It doesn't happen like that. You've got to put in an effort. You've got to attend the physical meetings, at your offices in your respective countries. If you belong to a team that is meeting at a certain place, say every Friday, every Sunday, please be part of them, because every meeting you attend, every presentation you attend, every training you attend, you learn. It's about learning before you earn. If you learn, you earn. If you don't learn, you will not earn. So it is very important to be an expert of the product. If it is the crystal cell, please be equipped with the testimonies of crystal cell. Be equipped with the testimonies of double stem cell. Be equipped with what double stem cell is. You should be able to tell somebody about the ingredients of the double stem cell. Somebody will pose a question and ask you to distinguish between the crystal cell and the double stem cell, and you find that you have been in Fight Science 2 years down the road, but you cannot tell. You don't know what ingredients are in crystal cell that are not in the double stem cell. You don't know what formula that that this double stem cell is made of. If we talk about the phytoceltech, you cannot tell somebody what phytoceltech is about. The phytoceltech is the phyto itself means plants. The cell means this cellular technology, cellular science, plant cellular science, and the tech automatically came from the technology. It was a new innovation. So the phytoceltech formula, cellular technology from the plants, as simple as that. So you find that you are somebody who has been at Fight Science for 3 months, but you do not know yet that the double stem cell or the crystal cell is supposed to be poured under the tank. You find people are telling their prospects, they are telling their clients that, oh, you can mix this with water and just consume. Very wrong. So it's very important to be an expert of your product. So try your level best to do that. Motivate yourself always. There are people who are perfect leaders, but you find that I can say quoted leaders, but you find that they are perfect motivators of the people they are supposed to be motivating all the time. So if you are a leader and you begin to demotivate your own team, then where will they derive the motivation for them to proceed or to move on or to progress? So there are seasons that set in. There are seasons of challenges. When the challenge comes in and let's say product has like we operate in Africa, some of us, and every time we get product coming from Malaysia. But sometimes you find that there are some unexpected delays, and the product was supposed to be said delivered maybe 3 days ago has not arrived, you know, and people expect this product to have arrived. And sometimes you are not the person that is to blame for that delay. Maybe there was a calamity in a certain country where the product was moving through. For instance, Syria. For instance, you know, the time we had the COVID starting in China, perhaps it has gone through Dubai, and maybe they have just announced a lockdown, and maybe there are certain measures that have failed the flights from moving. So you have to find the motivation. You have to keep your team motivated, encourage them, show them that yes, it has not arrived, but it will arrive. It has not reached, but it will reach. I remember in Uganda, as we started, the very first consignment we received, the very first package we received was after 2 months in Uganda, after 2 months. And Denise, Destiny, can you please go away? Sorry about that. So, yes, so the first consignment, if I can just take you back, sorry to go back, but I think I have it here. This box that we received here, by the time it arrived in Uganda, we had over, I think we had over 1,500 members already fully paid, Nobody had ever witnessed or seen what a double stem cell looks like, you know? So we would just show them images from the internet, but they believed, they went ahead and paid, and eventually the product was delivered for all those that expected it. Yeah, so it's very, very important. It's very, yes. So, but that is what happens, and at the end of the day, you find that people are making it through life. People are motivating themselves. So, as a leader, as a trend maker, as a person who is in the phytoscience family, all the time you must bring out the positive about phytoscience. If it is the negative about phytoscience, maybe you have gotten to learn that, oh, somebody who was supposed to present at the Zoom tonight that I expected is actually not appearing. It is going to be somebody else. Or you don't have to spread that information to your team. All that matters is, has somebody appeared and presented, you know? So that is motivating your team. You actually can keep it, the post and bring it out. There's a time I was on the Zoom and I was the host of the Zoom, and something so happened in that the one who was supposed to host failed to make it to the Zoom to host the meeting. And I got a late minute communication, and I adjusted very fast, and nobody even got to know that, you know, it was supposed, there was something, there was a challenge, and that's how life moves on. So always feel the motivation in you so that you can always go ahead and motivate others. If you can't feel it in yourself, then there's no way you're going to end up motivating another person. So if your product is unique, please let people know what is it that is unique about your product. Most people think that the double stem cell or the crystal cell are just like any other food supplement out there. No, it is different. This is a whole new innovation in the health line, the health fraternity. So look at what makes it unique. If you get to understand that a stem cell is something that can actually give birth to new cells, something that can give birth to new cells, new specialized cell. A stem cell is a universal cell, is unspecialized. And when it gets into doing what it's supposed to do, when it begins to play its role, it translates, it is able to be converted into a specialized cell. You know, a universal cell that can give you a blood cell. At the same time, the stem cell can become a neural cell. At the same time, the stem cell can become a muscle cell. It can become an eye cell. Then you understand that if somebody has got a challenge with their organs, with their health, with their cells, then the stem cell can actually deliver that potential of becoming that cell that has actually gone missing in one's body or organ, or that has been destroyed. Meaning that one who had lost hair, the hair can easily grow, because this cell we are talking about, the stem cell we are talking about, is able to produce new cells. Then you must get to the person and help them understand the reality that comes between the embryonic stem cell, for instance, and what we call the organic stem cell. So how is this phytoscience organic stem cell related to the stem cell you are talking about? Is it that stimulant that will do the wonders that I expected? Yes. So go ahead and with that information and show somebody that this is unique. So there are some of us who have never even bothered to utilize their WhatsApp. You have a smartphone. you have used it for a year or so, but you have that ill mentality within you that shows you that you cannot use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not a platform to use. That platform is for a certain age bracket. That platform, is a platform I don't really feel I should use. Facebook, Instagram, and we look at WeChat. So when you deprive yourself of such a privilege, yet you have the gadget with you, it means the progress that you're supposed to be realizing, you'll not realize it. You are going to take longer to reach out to your people. It is like those archaic methods of communication. I remember the times in Uganda where if one had to connect with somebody who was about 2,000 kilometers away from wherever they were, you had to rely on a wireless kind of communication. A wired communication through poles, telephones, those archaic telephones. But today, people communicate with wireless. One can communicate from like we are doing now. We're enjoying the Zoom platform that we are utilizing. This is progress in communication in technology. So embrace it. Let us learn to embrace these new technologies that can help us take our business to another level. Yeah. So draw prospects to your online platforms. It's very, very sad to find that, you have invested time, you have invested effort, you have invested money, resources, and you have certain online platforms that would be taking your business to another level. Yeah. So if you know that you have these online platforms, or you have these systems that you are good about, these systems that you relate with, why don't you avail them to the masses so that they can actually interact with what you are doing? For instance, Mr. Sash at the beginning was talking about the e-card at 5 cents. This is my e-card at 5 cents. Some people have never bothered to find out how can I utilize this e-card. When you go to your redemption mall under your order or your business center in your back office in your account, you'll find something called the redemption mall. In the redemption mall, you'll find that you can actually buy an e-card for just 30 PSP. But this e-card is capable of doing a lot. It's capable of, it's more or less like automating your business. Yeah, it will bring in leads. You have a Phytoscience kind of platform, more or less like our website, which actually is personalized to your own self, as you can see it. You see, so this is very, very important. Yeah. At the end of the day, when you utilize such, like we're saying that looking at your future, yeah, redefining your future. At the end of the day, as you explore all these that we are mentioning, as you put it into practice and as you put it into action, you will realize incomes that are bigger than what you actually used to earn at Phytoscience. You'll be like this gentleman. You'll be like this person, who at some point was earning over $20,000 a day at Phytoscience without even recruiting a single person. Yeah. So today you are earning perhaps maybe $100 a day residual income. You are earning $500 at Phytoscience a day residual income without recruiting a single person. I remember my biggest achievement, daily achievement, was about 3,400 USD in one day. Yeah, at Phytoscience, 3,400 USD at one day. So I'm also still here being mentored, learning the system, learning from others on how I can actually eventually make it to 30,000 USD a day. I remember in Malaysia when I met, that was in the year 2019, when I met somebody who still holds a record at Phytoscience for earning 40,000 USD in one day. I was very excited and I had a chance to interact with him. We shook hands and I actually took a video. We took an interview. I was with Princess, I think, at that time. And this gentleman had earned 40,000 USD without referring even a single person, just because of the team. So basically, let's learn these new strategies of doing things. Let's be innovative. Let's look at the techniques that can be used. Continuing to learn new strategies and techniques is the key in building your network marketing business. Use some of your time. Use some of your time every day to read books, magazines, understand how to use WhatsApp. There are some people who use platforms called WhatsApp for Business, something like that. There's a platform where they allow you to put a catalog. There are all those systems. There are people who are good at Facebooking, but you have not created a Facebook page perhaps to center your people towards Phytoscience and focusing on Phytoscience and how they can actually benefit from Fight Science. You have testimonies, but you are not sharing them on your social media. There's something called WhatsApp status and WeChat status and whatever. You can actually post, every day. Take a post of Fight Science and put it there. It may attract somebody, within your circle. So at the end of the day, I believe if you can put some of these tips into use, practice them, put them into action, ultimately you realize success. And at the end of the day, as you lift those trophies, as you are being recognized, as you are, migrating from 3-star to Blue Diamond, and then eventually Crown Diamond, and then eventually Crown President, somebody out there will be saying congratulations to you. And when somebody is saying congratulations to you, it means you are achieving, you are realizing, you are getting to your destiny. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet in Europe. The Europe challenge is here. Sometimes when they talk about a challenge and a promotional challenge, people think that, oh my goodness, this I can't even bother. I can't bother. That's why it is called a challenge, because when you challenge a challenge, you cannot be left the same. So by the time you realize the 20,000 PSP that is required for you to qualify for this challenge, for the Europe trip, to win this, to win a ticket to this trip, 20,000 USD, 20,000 PSP. We have seen people at Fight Science earn 100,000 PSP or 100,000 US dollars within a period of 6 months, like myself. So if I have done it, then why is it that you cannot do it? Why do you think you cannot do it, or you cannot be party to that? So if you can earn 20,000 USD at Fight Science within a period of 90 days, that is a whole 3 months. You qualify, you qualify to win this ticket, getting to Netherlands, that is Amsterdam, then eventually Germany, and you'll be enjoying with the CEO and the other teammates at Mibel Biochemistry. You've already talked about Mibel Biochemistry. So all you have to think about is, how am I going to be how will I be? How will it be perceived? How will I interact with the people? What are people going to think about me when eventually I have returned from Mibel Biochemistry in Switzerland? That's what is supposed to be, ringing through our minds. So look at the impact that it is going to have on your business. If you participate in this Europe tour, in this challenge, what impact is it going to leave on your business? Remember, this 20,000 they are talking about that you are going to qualify with is not money for the company. No, this is your cumulative earning at Fight Science through the 90 days. And when you earn that, it is still your money. It is still your money. You're going to utilize it to buy different items and perhaps, put up real estate and perhaps, do a lot of shopping when you're on this trip and whatnot. So it is you to enjoy this money. And remember, the 20,000 that we're talking about, 5,000 must be direct sponsor, generated from direct sponsor bonus, and I think the compressor bonus or the sponsor matching bonus, I don't know, maybe CEO will clarify on that, but it is centered on direct sponsoring. The people that you have talked to personally about Fight Science or stem cell or our products, and they have joined under your own username. So you need 5,000 from that, and then you'll need another 15,000 to eventually make it 20,000 USD. If you can't, then there's another option where you are required to earn 12,000 USD or PSP. 12,000. That's another alternative. In other words, the company is showing us that they are trying to make sure we have over 1,000 people taking part in this trip, this challenge to Europe, and Umrah as the other option, in Asia. So basically, with this other option, you just have to earn, I think, 3,000 PSP. Direct sponsor income, 3,000 PSP, 3,000 US dollars by personally referring new people. And I think also the upgrades contribute to that. So you also have to clarify on that. If I referred somebody as a silver and they choose to upgrade to another level, maybe gold, and tomorrow they become a junior platinum and maybe eventually platinum, that direct bonus that I earn, does it contribute? Does it add up to this sponsor income we are talking about? So I'm sure you'll clarify on that. But even if you don't win this ticket, even if you work your way out, of course, not everybody is going to emerge as a winner for this ticket. The company has set its conditions, and there are those who are going to maximize and win it, especially those who are doing team building. Because if you have been focusing on retail sales and all that, that cannot count. That retail profit can never count towards the PSP that is required. But if you're that person who has been doing team building, now this is where you have an advantage. Yeah, you have an advantage with this. So even if you have not won, you have not emerged as a winner in this campaign, by putting in effort towards this campaign or centered to this campaign, you'll find yourself realizing bigger earnings or bigger incomes. You who is earning 200 USD today on daily basis, you'll find yourself beginning to earn 500 USD. You who is not earning even $100 as residual income from finance a week or a day, you'll find yourself realizing maybe $500 every day, $300 every day. It will mean an improvement in your business. So even if finance was to, I'm very certain and sure that when that time comes, this is for the winners. This challenge is for the winners. But there are those of the Trendmaker family across the globe who would want to pay their money and be part of the team that is going to take part in this trip. I'm sure the company at some point will announce and require such members to pay a certain amount of money, maybe 5,000 USD, maybe 3,000 USD, maybe I don't know how much it will be, but using your reserve maker in the system or using your PSP and or accumulated from FightSense. So if you have been earning at FightSense, you find it to become very easy for you to pay for such a trip, such a tour, by not going to other sources. And when that is realized, all that matters is the impact your visit to Europe will have on your team growth and on your business growth. So all of us will emerge as winners at the end of the day. So also I got to understand that FightSense is going to be holding a very powerful event on Monday, which is tomorrow, the 20th of April. Is it tomorrow or after tomorrow? The day after tomorrow, 20th of April at 5 p.m. Malaysia time. Please, let's utilize this event to call upon our people to be part of the venture, to be part of FightSense. And as they attend, they will tap into the excitement that it comes with, and they are going to be winners. You know, how do you feel when you win? You just attend the Zoom and you win a miracle, a water moisturizer, HO2 moisturizer. What about the double stem cell? What about the so many gadgets that FightSense has been giving to its members and those who attend the Zoom meetings? You might be that winner, and we encourage you the more. So thank you so much, Mr. Sash. It's all about putting your network to work. That's what I'm telling people to do. If you have anybody that you are connected with within your circles or around you, and you have not interacted with them about FightSense and the benefits of FightSense or the stem cell that we have, products, the Actual Plus, the Double IQ. Remember, all of us are candidates for ear health. All of us are candidates for ear health, regardless of your profession, religious affiliation, political affiliation, your age bracket. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. So for as long as you are a human being, you're a human, you have fresh, you are prone to ill health, you are a candidate. So the earlier we prevent the worst scenarios that would come with the ill health, let us put our network to work. Let us let our people know. Let us make sure that our circles get to know that FightSense has something unique, the stem cell, which is capable of doing wonders. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening in. I must have consumed some good time, but Mr. Sash, if I've taken longer than expected, I apologize, but I believe maybe we have learned something today, and perhaps it's going to contribute to our achievement tomorrow. Thank you so much. We are the Trendmaker.
Right. Thank you very much to Trendmaker Martin. Really amazing training session for the past 1 hour. One full reaction for him. One full reaction for him. All right, everyone, show some love. Show some reactions for our leader Martin. Very powerful training session, especially and its ending. I truly believe that your net worth defines your net worth. All right. So as you expand your network, you definitely will increase your net worth as well. So thank you very much, Leader Martin. As we are running not much of time, we want to pass to the next speaker, Leader Jedi. The stage is yours. Oh, I think Leader Jedi disconnected. Just give him a moment. Ah, okay, there you are. Leader Jedi?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Good to
Mr.
see you again.
How are you, sir?
Amazing, amazing.
I'm very happy again to be here, and I really appreciate this platform always, because the platform has been a platform that has been blessing everyone. And first and foremost, I want to appreciate the co-founder for this wonderful opportunity for this platform, and also our trend CEO for giving us this platform to share with one another, and all leaders all over the world. I want to appreciate everyone for our efforts to see that the vision of our founder is moving to the next level. And today, to my brother, that is Leader Martin, I always call him the warrior. He knows the reason why I always say that he's a warrior. Even why the other company is was trying to steal us away. We all, we, to the glory of God, we fought the battle, we were able to, to win. And today's training is not so surprise to me, because he's the man that, is the man that lives with this on daily basis. All what you have been saying to me is the practical things which personally I've seen in him. And I've seen it that this is what is, keeping our great leader, moving forward. And one of the things he has been sharing with us is the consistency that he has been, himself has been, he has been doing that on daily basis. And to myself, I always watch him, even when he's bringing ideas, when he's, seeing the way forward in phytoscience in Africa entirely, and all over the world. So, Leader Martin, believe me, I really appreciate it, because with the little time we have met one another, believe me, I've really learned so much from you. And I really believe in your leadership. I really appreciate this. And to our guests today and to all the members, I want every one of us to understand that people usually get into this profession for one thing, and later they realize much bigger picture. It depends on the picture when you are joining our business for the first time, you are just coming in. Probably you think that is the kind of opportunity. It may not be, you may not love the business. You may not love the concept, but I can tell you, probably some of yours, you see it as a business that can fund your dream. But let me tell you, many people are joining our profession. They come into this profession for one thing, and later realize the much bigger picture. Until we realize the bigger picture of what we are talking about today. What Leader Martin has been saying is because he understood the big picture of this, our business. And when you look at phytoscience as a whole, we all understand the bigger picture. We see the bigger picture of the company. And that's the reason why you see that many of us, we are still with the company up to today. To the glory of God, by next year, by this year, June, it means I've been in phytoscience for 7 years. Nobody wants to trade his or time with any company without big picture. And I want to tell you, I don't know what you are here for. All I want every one of us to do today is to name what you need. Name what you need. The platform is here for every one of us to succeed, to be sincere. Anything you see us discussing today is as a result of our founder, the co-founder, the CEO. They have put the platform there for everyone to come and do what? And succeed. But succeeding depends on the picture you have yourself. Succeeding in our business today depends on the kind of picture you have in yourself. Hear me, if you want to be poor, it's within yourself. If you are, no matter how you make somebody with poor mindset, with poverty mindset, no matter where you place them, they will still remain poor. But I'm seeing the faces of everyone here today that you are the kind of people that you want to see yourself at the top. And let me tell you, you are here with the right company. You are moving, you are seeing the right company to move with, to be sincere. And how do you move with the right company? Have the big picture. You must have this big picture. You must picture this thing in your heart. You must, before you can feature in any future, you also must have the big future first. You must have it. And that is all what Leader Martin, has been saying. I want to encourage every one of us today. Everyone you see, Leader Martin, the CEO, Zaza, and Dr. Davia, Mr. Bismarck, everyone you see, Mr. Abraham Co., everyone you see here today, have it in your mind, everyone started from the scratch. And seeing them here today means every one of us, we can do it together. I want you to say it to yourself, I can achieve it also. I want you to talk to yourself, you can achieve it also. And the only thing that can make you to achieve anything you want in life is consistency. If you take the consistency action on a daily basis, believe me, you can achieve it. But one thing you need to understand is, do you have the picture? What picture do you see? What picture do you see? Everything you have in life, you can change it. Forget about you can't change. There are some things you can change, but it depends on the picture you have. The picture you have yourself matter. The picture you have. And this picture is within. And that's the reason why when people see you at the forehead of every woman, what other people see there is failure. You can try it. What people see at your forehead is failure. But the kind of picture you have in yourself, it won't tell your story. It won't make you to share your story out there. Don't think that everyone around you, they see success. No, they don't see success. They don't see success. It is only when you begin to make it, they will say, oh, no, I know this guy is going to make it. How? What do you picture within yourself? What do you picture? So what you picture within yourself, what you picture in your mind, determine where you are going to be. I said it last time, everything in life comes twice. The first thing is the picture you have in your mind. The first thing is your mindset you have in your mind. The first thing is the excitement you have within your mind. Are you the kind of people that every little thing you allow people to discourage you? No. It is normal for every human being to have the downtime. But within your downtime, what is your mindset? In your downtime, you must have an excitement moment, a moment that never dies. No one will make you happy except you make yourself happy. Yes. That's why many times you find yourself in a place. Sometimes you can just make yourself happy sometimes because what you are seeing within yourself is a big picture. And I told you, the second thing you see is the reality. And some years back, some company came suddenly, they want to steal myself, Leader Martin, Leader Bismarck, they want to steal us away. And we said, no, what we have in ourselves, we have the good mindset. We have seen the picture. We cannot die to your tone. No. But today, all you are seeing here is result. So it means that the big picture you see must turn to reality until you see that picture come to reality. And your reality is your result. So if you are coming into this business, you are coming here for one thing. But what type of picture do you see? What picture do you see? In every area of life you find yourself, what picture do you see? Even in your marriage, you might be thinking that, oh, this marriage will not work. Hear me, let me tell you today. Depends on the picture you are seeing within yourself. It depends on your picture. You might be thinking, oh, this relationship will not work. No, depends on the picture you see in yourself. What picture do you see? Oh, you might be thinking, this business will not work. What picture do you see in yourself? Those who see the positive picture, those are the people that we celebrate at the end of the day. I want to see every one of us very soon. I want to see the company. I want to see our CEO, co-founder celebrating many of us. To be sincere with you, I'm not here today to share you what I've achieved so far. Believe me, I myself, I know that to the glory of God, God has made me to achieve, and we have many teams here that have achieved. But what I'm here to announce to you, what picture do you see? It is the kind of picture you see within you. It is the what you see, the picture of your mindset that make you to have results. And that is what our great leader, Leader Martin, has been sharing with us. Once again, Leader Martin, I really appreciate today's day. Many may not understand, but believe me, I could see practical things. I could see practical training today. And I want to say, God bless everyone. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Leader Jedi, for your very short and sweet sharing session on understanding your picture. Okay. So, of course, we need to start visioning what we are going to do in phytoscience. And even though we have very powerful leaders, such as Leader Martin, Leader Jedi from the African region, their journey has just begun as well. There is still much more for them to achieve. And these are all future Crown Presidents to come. Okay, and I believe they won't have one account Crown Presidents, but multiple account Crown Presidents as well. So, friends, family, do continue to build on it, understand your picture, continue to paint your picture, enlarge your picture, and make it as big as possible, because only when you dream big, you will achieve big. All right. Okay, so thank you very much once again to both our leaders, Leader Jedi and also Leader Martin from Nigeria and Uganda. We are going to move on to the last portion of our today's session. On today's will be the testimonial session. All right. So without further ado, anyone who have any testimonies, we welcome you to share your testimonies, especially on regards of our products. Please do raise your hand so that I can unmute you for you to share with it with the phytoscience family. All right, we have the first person, Charles. Hello, Charles. You can try to unmute yourself.
Yes, good evening.
Hi, Charles. Where are you from?
I'm from Cameroon.
Hi, Charles. Okay, you can proceed. If you can share, please do share your video as well.
Yes, I have one striking testimony.
All right.
I gave double stem cell to one boy, a child of 7 years, whom the doctors have done everything about nose bleeding. And they were even suggesting surgery. So after giving stem cell, just one, for 2 weeks, that child is out of that condition permanently. No more nose bleeding every night. Everything has stopped, and the child is waxing well and going to school. And the mother is fighting hard to register in the phytoscience. That one was a testimony that I did not know how it would turn out, but finally that child is healed. And I'm so grateful to phytoscience, and I thank God for that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Charles. Very amazing testimony. And I think sometimes kids, when they're not of age yet, the skin on the nose is a bit thin, so it tends to bleed. And it's very amazing that our phytocell techs have strengthened its cells so that it has healed. Amazing, Charles. Thank you very much for your testimony.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a next person, Berta from USA. So, Berta, I'm going to unmute you now. Hello, Berta. Are you able to unmute yourself? Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes, amazing.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good day.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I have just one testimony on snowfield fault. My granddaughter, every time she used to have menstrual pains, I did not know what to do. But when I started taking phytoscience, one day she came to me to complain. She said she's having that pain. I just thought of snowfield fault. So I gave her just one sachet of my snowfield fault, and she took it. Since then, she has not been having any pain. So it's a very powerful product. And I've told most of my friends who have girls, young girls, to always use it when they have this problem.
Just one sachet?
Just one sachet I gave her, and the pain stopped. She didn't. The next day I asked her, she said no more pain. But each time she was rolling in bed, she couldn't get up. But I take Tylenol, I give her, and it doesn't work. But this time I gave her this snowfield fault, one sachet. She took it, and that was all. Because I told her to come the next day for another one. And the next day I went to check up. She said nothing, no pain till today. This is the second month, no pain.
Wow, really amazing. Is she still on the products?
No, I just gave her, it was one of mine that I gave her. She has not ready. She's just
Wow.
16 years old.
Only one sachet until now.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's not
My
come back. Wow,
granddaughter.
really amazing. Really amazing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Bertha. This is amazing testimony. So
Yeah.
now that we know snowfield is also very good for menstrual usage, yeah? Thank
Yes.
you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we shall move on to the next person, Kani Kate from Nigeria. Hi, Kani.
Hello, yes.
All right.
Hello, yes.
Hi.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Here I have a testimony too from one of the clients that I gave double stem cell and snowflake fault. In fact, the woman was having liver problem, and her legs, yes, her legs and her stomach got swollen. They've been in the hospital for months and they were not seeing results. At the time, the children decided to do what? To take her back home because they are spending more money and they are not seeing results. So they decided to take her home and now invite the doctor to be taking care of her from home. But we were called and we administer 6 packs of double stem cell and 1 snowflake fault. After the first 2 weeks of taking double stem cell, her stomach that was swollen got down. Every swollen part just went down. After the 3rd week, her legs that were also swollen, they were all taken care of, the swollen. As I'm talking with you now, she's walking around. Nobody carried her again. She feed herself and do a lot of things herself. Thank you very much. That's the testimony.
Wow, really amazing. Do you have any pictures?
I don't have a picture now,
Okay,
but I can request for the picture.
All right, it'll be amazing to have the before and after and just share it with your country leader. He will definitely share it with the rest of the world. Thank you very much. You're really amazing. Continue to do good work in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We shall have our next person, Grace from UK.
Hello, leadership.
Hey, Grace, you want to on your video?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Firstly, I want to thank Leader Martin for the presentation. It was deep and uplifting and very encouraging. And our leader, Jide, and our CEO, our co-founder, I really appreciate Phytoscience platform. The testimony I have today is for my aunt. She was suffering from sciatic nerve. She had a slipped disc and it was pressing the nerve. She went for what they call MRI scan, and she was due to go for operation. Then I told her that why can't you try this plant stem cells? So I introduced her, I told her about the products. Then she was keen to have them. Then I gave her 1 sachet of Sinofil. Then she started taking the Sinofil. She was feeling the symptoms where she was feeling the pins and needles in her toes. And also she was not even able to lift her. It was affecting the left side. So she was having painful leg, and also the left arm was also painful. And she was not even able to lift anything with that hand. So when she started with Snowfield, she took it for 15 days. Then after that, she took double stem cell. She was taking 1 sachet every morning. And what was interesting, because when I told her that you take it in the morning before the meal, herself, she took it, she said that she was lying on her back for 15 minutes and she wanted it to go all over. She said, I wanted it just to distribute everywhere. Then she took the meal, the water. The challenge was 2 liters per day, but she was exceeding that. But guess what? It was just after 2 weeks when she finished the Snowfield forte, there were some great changes. She could feel, she just told me that she was just feeling lightness in everywhere. And even that leg where it was affected, even the back pains, she was not feeling anything. Then she continued taking the double stem cell. Before she even finished the packet of 14 doses, she was telling me that, oh, she was really excited. She's still taking the products, and the operation was cancelled. To be honest with you, right now, she said that she's not feeling any pins and needles, and she's able to lift even heavy things. She's able to walk the stairs up and down. And even the skin is just glowing. She's looking younger than her age. So I'm really excited that it promoted the health of someone else. Thank you so much for listening.
All right. Thank you very much, Grace, for your amazing testimony. Really, really glad that phytoscience products are able to help so many families, especially your immediate family members. Do continue to share, because you never know when will these products actually touch someone's life, because this can be life-changing for them. Once again, thank you very much, Grace, for stepping up and sharing. One round of reactions to all our testimony sharers there. One round of full reactions, all our testimony sharers. So now you actually learn a little bit more on how, what are the usages of our phytoscience products. Really, really amazing. Okay, so next we have someone, I saw one person who raised his hand, he's gone. All right, so do we have any more testimonies? Any more testimonies to share? We have time for possibly maybe 2 to 3 more testimonies. Anyone would like to share a testimony? Any leaders would like to share the testimony of your team? All right, we have Sarah from Uganda. Hello, Sarah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, but it's a bit buzzing.
Okay. Am I clear now?
Okay, you can go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Discussing phytoscience, stem cells to the world, especially a product that works out, gives you more confidence. I'm going to she's been giving a young child of 3 years our stem cells, close to 6 to 9 months. 3 years. And
I'm sorry, Sarah. The buzzing is a little bit too strong.
So I do not know what to do again now.
Oh.
If it's not clear, maybe next time.
All right, maybe we can do it the next week. Do keep your testimony. We'd love to hear from you next week.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we will have Clem Femic from Austria.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Hi, Clem Femic, you
Hi,
might
this
want
is
to on your video.
Let me see. It's a bit dark here. It's a bit dark. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to share testimony about myself. It happened about, I think, 3 weeks ago. I was at work, so I was trying to microwave some baby food for the people, the old people that we're taking care of. So I accidentally burned my skin. You know, I was taking the food out of the microwave, and then it's poured on my skin, on my right hand. So I, tried to take the food out of my hand, and then it burned my skin. And being a type 1 diabetic patient, it was not funny, because then it would look as if it's not healing, So I had like this open wound, and the nurses kept treating me. My colleagues kept treating me every now and then. They would put this, just for me to be able to walk. I was still going to work with it, but I wasn't happy with the situation, because the wound kept looking more fresh. If you're a nurse, or if you're a diabetic patient, you understand that their wounds don't heal. The wounds don't heal fast. So I was like, for days they were treating, and I said, why this thing is not working? And I have miracle incense with me. So I stopped treating it. All I did was just applying the miracle incense. So I sprayed the miracle incense the first day. That was in the night when I came back from work. I had a long day. So I came back from work, and then I sprayed the miracle incense on my hand. And I realized in the morning that the wound that was so fresh, just closed off. They were closed off. Like 2-3 days was all I needed to use the miracle incense for. And the wound healed. It was healing so fast. I have never seen any wound that I would have as a patient, a diabetic person, heal so fast. The wound was healing. In fact, my colleagues were like, wow, it has closed up. It has closed up. I'm like, yeah. So I'm so grateful that I got those products. I'm so grateful that I always have miracle incense in my bag anywhere I go. Then the second one I want to give is on behalf of my partner. She had COVID one time when she was in the UK, and according to her, ever since she came back, she has always been sick. She has always been sick. I would tell her, take phytoscience. She don't want to take phytoscience. She has always been sick every now and then. But recently, last month, she started taking phytoscience. She joined the business. She was giving to people. She herself was not bold enough to take it. For whatever reason, she was scared. Then she started taking it last month, and she called me. She was so grateful. She was singing praises. She was happy. I was like, what is this? She said, I only took this product 2 days, and I have been healed from everything that has been. She was always sick, always sick. I'm telling you, like every 2 days, 3 days, she's always sick. She said, I am no more sick. I have been strong. She's just so happy. She's so healthy. She has even gone so far to go out, and she's sharing the flyers to people there in UK. So that's what phytoscience can really do for you, for me, for everyone, for people around you. So thank you very much for the opportunity. God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much, Clem Femic. Thank you for sharing, and continue to spread the good word to our entire network, regardless of whatever country, because we cross borders, because our products are really amazing. Thank you very much, Clem Femic, for all the testimonies that you shared today. All right, moving on to the next person, we will have Andrew.
Yes, my name is
Hi,
Andrew from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States. And earlier this month, I had to take my second vaccine for COVID. And everybody I spoke to was telling me, oh, you're gonna have headache, you're gonna have fever, you're gonna have chills, you're gonna have pain in your injection site. So I was real nervous. But my upline told me, hey, you consider these phytoscience as your superpower. You take double stem and crystal cell and snowfill, and you'll be okay. You have faith. So I went ahead and made sure I took my phytoscience products for a week before my second vaccine, and I went for my second vaccine. That was a week ago, and zero side effects. I was very happy and very pleased, and I'm spreading the word that, hey, if you want no side effects from your vaccine shot, phytoscience is your protection. And that's my testimony.
All right, thank you very much. So today we have multiple testimonies from many different countries. We have Cameroon, US, Nigeria, UK, Austria, so many amazing testimonies. So we'll move on to the next person, Faltimi from UK. Oh, but one thing I do want to say about Andrew, you're right, our products are superpower, yeah? Okay, Faltimi from UK. Hello.
Can you hear me?
You have to speak a little louder.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Somokola Shadi Ali, and my business name is Faltimi.
Faltimi, a little louder, please.
My username is Faltimi. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. On Good Friday, I started having pinched nerve on my right leg. So I was told by my doctor to use hot water bottle, maybe to place it on it, maybe I'll get a relief. But because of my skin, I've got tender skin, so I couldn't use hot water bottle. So I told him I can't use hot water bottle. He said I should use ice. I said, no, I can't use ice as well. It's going to burn me. So I didn't use anything. I was just using my hand to massage it. So on the second day, blisters started coming out. So I went to the hospital on Easter Sunday. I went to A&E because of other things. So I showed them the blisters, because then it was 8 blisters altogether. And the doctor said they don't know. They ran all the tests, and they were like, oh, we don't know what that blister is for and what is causing it. They didn't give me any medication for it. They gave me medication for other things. So I came back home. Other blisters dried, but there was this particular one. It was the biggest of it all. It refused to pop and it refused to dry up. So despite the fact that I was using double stem cell and crystal cell and my snowfill, I was applying the Miracle Intense, it didn't dry up. So I decided to pop it on the 5th day. So I popped it with a needle, and I was thinking, yeah, you're going to have it because I have a tender skin, like I said. Any little wound, it will just blow up. So, and immediately I popped it, water started coming out. So I just sprayed the Miracle Intense and thinking it would dry. But when I had my shower, I mistakenly used sponge on it, and the skin just peeled and everything started bleeding. So what I did, immediately I got back inside, I wiped it, and I used Miracle Intense. I sprayed Miracle Intense on it, and I opened a double stem cell, a pack of double stem cell, and put it directly on the wound. I said, this is crazy, but I will just use myself as a scapegoat. Let's see how it goes. So I did it first day, second day, and on the third day, everything just dried up. Up till now, nothing is dried up. I've made a picture of it, and I've even sent it to my group to tell them how it works. That was an unknown blisters. So yeah, double stem cell work. This product is marvelous. I'm using it, and I'm using it for other people as well. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Another very amazing testimony. So without further ado, we want to just pass the time to one more last testimony of the night, okay? All the way from South Africa, Pastor Mutemwa. Pastor Mutemwa.
Hello, Phytoscience family. We want to greet the leaders. It's gone. Hello, Leader Shaz.
Good to see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go. Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
I just want to thank our leaders, Leader Olajide and Leader Martin, for the great sharing that they gave us, the testimony that we received. I even got an answer from the last speaker and the Sister Grace, also for those testimonies on the names. Sure. It's good. It's gone. Something say, Nizima Fefa.
Pastor Mutemwa. All right, I think Pastor Mutemwa is away now. Okay, it's okay. We have already close to hitting 1 a.m. in Malaysia right now. We are already going to pass 2 hours of today's leadership training and testimony sharing session. So before I end the session, I just want to say one more round of massive thanks to both our powerful leaders who shared today. Leader Martin all the way from Uganda, and also Leader Jidai from Nigeria. And these people who has already built their network in their respective countries, they've grown so far, and they're going to share with us more tips in every single week. Different leaders will be sharing. Pastor Mutemwa, you're back?
Okay. Yes, my device was giving a problem. It's just a short one, Leader Shaz.
Okay, go ahead.
In the month of October last year, we had an attack with my wife that we supposed should have been coronavirus. We stayed in our bedroom for 2 weeks just to try to do the quarantine. But the test shows that we were negative, but the symptoms showed that we should have had something like that. So we put ourselves on a double stem cell and crystal cell, 1-2 a day with a sachet of snowfield, and then 5 drops of actual plus. That's what we were doing. We discovered that we were doing very well. But when the snowfield finished, we discovered that we could feel that we were having certain signs that we were not very well. So with our experience from October last year until now, we can say that for some who are in a situation where they fear that they could have maybe coronavirus, if they took 2 sachets per day of double stem cell, or 2 sachets a day of crystal cell. Then 1 sachet of snowfield. And also maybe for those who are well. I'm not talking about those who are sick, bedridden, but those who are well. They also take 5 drops of Actual Plus 3 times a day. It will be enough to help them against coronavirus. Thank you.
All right. So Pastor Mutema short sharing on coronavirus, yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Pastor Mutema. Bye. I believe actually in vital science we have quite a number of testimonies that how our products, I wouldn't say boosting our immunity against coronavirus. The leaders who shared today, and also to every single sharer who shared their testimonies, really amazing testimonies. In fact, there are more testimonies to be shared. Some leaders texted me that they want to share, but we'll keep it for next week. All right, keep the more testimonies to share, and do always keep some testimonies prepared, okay? Because every Sunday we'll be looking forward to hear more from you. Not regulars on Zoom, do ask them to join us. If your prospects are the ones who are involved and who has experienced the healing themselves, do encourage them to join us in the next Zoom training session. All right, so without further ado, we've come to an end. I just wanted to say thank you very much, Vital Science family. I'm your host of the day. My name is Shaz. And when I say vital science, you know what to say. But just before I do that, please let me unmute everyone. Vital science.
We are the trend makers. You are a propaganda. We are the trend makers.
The trend maker of Mecca USA. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. We are the trend makers.
We are the trend makers. We are the trend makers.
We are the trend makers.
We are the trend makers.
We are the trend makers.
We are the trend
from
makers.
Malaysia.
From Sokoto, Nigeria, we are the trend makers.
We are the trend maker.
All right, good night and good day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.